And just when you think the toy reviews are over, they aren't. Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Reed here, and I'm back again with yet another toy review video. I know, it's been crazy. The entire month of May so far has just been dedicated to toy reviews. I know that probably many of you are screaming at me right now, stop with the toy reviews, or keep going. I don't know, but more than likely, most of you right now are probably like, oh my god, where's the gaming content? I know, it's just whenever I seem to run out of products to review, it seems like I always get another, right? Crazy. Or at least for right now, it seems like it's just non-stop deluge of products. But anyway, we got another Beyblade review for you guys. Because today we have Beyblade Burst Surge, Slingshock, and a Hypersphere dual pack. This time including Master Kerbeus K5 and Leopard L4. So yeah, this is the new gimmick for Beyblade Burst Surge / Super King, is now they're re-releasing Beyblades, especially older generation Beyblades, side by side, which I think is a really cool gimmick. I'm glad that they're still giving us some GT stuff, both old and new. And they're also giving us some Slingshock bays, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm quite happy with that. So in the box art, we get the two bays right there, Vice Leopard and Master Kerbeus. So that's pretty cool. And then on the back of the box, we have the stats in that. We have the pieces for Master Kerbeus, and then we have the parts for Leopard L4. We have the stats for both Slingshock and for Hypersphere. Again, don't read these stats because they are garbo. And let's get on to the actual products themselves, starting off with, in box order, Vice Leopard. So let's start with him here, as I already just said. So here he is. This is Vice Leopard. Now this guy's pretty interesting because this guy is actually based on the Random Booster Volume 11 recolor version of Vice Leopard, which I actually have a picture for. Give me a second, guys. I know I don't usually do these tour reviews, but I thought, hey, what the heck? I'll show you guys a picture. So let me grab my big old PC. So there you go, guys. Right there in the center of the screen. See? Pretty much identical, right? I mean, look at that side by side. Yeah, might as well just be the same thing right there. Crazy, I know. So moving that out of the way. I really should do that more often. But anyway, there you go. So I really like this Vice Leopard. Quite nice. And if you guys don't remember, the original gimmick for Vice Leopard was the chomping gimmick. So basically there's a spring right there. And when the Beyblade makes contact, it will lift the jaws up. And then the spring will clamp down, dealing damage to them. Now, in practice, it actually surprisingly works. Not all that well, but it works. So that's pretty interesting. Now for a quick comparison, we're going to bring in the original Vice Leopard layer for Hasbro. So there you go. There you have the two Vice Leopards side by side. Kind of crazy that Vice Leopard for both Takara and for Hasbro has only had one recolor so far. That's crazy, but then again, this layer wasn't all that popular to begin with. I mean, look at how odd this layer is. But anyway, there you have Vice Leopard L5, which is essentially just literally the same thing as this one, chomping gimmick and all, just based on the random booster colors. So I'm quite happy with that. Next, we get the Drake disc. Now, if you want to know my initial thoughts on the original disc, go check out my review of, Zwei Longness. But anyway, that's where this guy comes from, or Zone Lunar in Hasbro, which I still don't have yet. No, at least I have the disc for that release, which is Drake, same as the Japanese. But anyway, my major issues with this is that unlike the original Drake, there is no plastic on the outside of the disc. That and the metal has been modified so that way you can put disc frames, there you go. So you can't put frames on this, which sucks. I'm quite disappointed by that, but regardless, still cool nonetheless. So that is Drake. And lastly, we get Excel Hypersphere. Now again, we've seen this before multiple times in Burst Turbo. I'm not going to bother mentioning the ones that got it because, oh god, there's a lot. But anyway, this is pretty cool. It's literally just Excel, just with the Slingshot gimmick. If you guys don't remember Slingshot, the whole gimmick is that you twist it on this one at least. You twist it, you pull it up, and then you twist and lock it, and then you put it in Slingshot mode. Unlock it and twist it back the way it was to put it back into normal mode. So there you go. And put your disc right there and put on your layer, and there you have Vice Leopard L5. Pretty nice looking. And again, for a quick comparison, here's the original Vice Leopard L4, so you guys can see how those two stack up. Quite nice. So there you have that. And then next we're going to go on swiftly to Master Kerbeus, which is again another GT Bay that I have some issues with. But let's start off with the Hasbro exclusive chip, oddly enough. This one comes in a Hasbro exclusive chip. That being Kerbeus K5. Yes, this is Hasbro exclusive because Takara never released Kerbeus in their line. So Hasbro went on ahead and made their own Kerbeus. Now this chip in particular originally came in green and came in a double pack that came with what was called Shield Kerbeus. Yes, a Hasbro exclusive Kerbeus evolution, which was very, very interesting considering normally Takara would do that sort of stuff before Hasbro, but instead Hasbro decided, oh, I guess Takara's not doing those, so I guess we'll do it for them. So we got Shield Kerbeus, and that's where this comes from. So I think I'll indulge on this chip more once I actually get the proper chip from Shield Kerbeus. But regardless, I gotta say that I guess if I have any sort of input for now, pretty nice chip. So quite happy with that. But there you go. Next is again another GT base I have some contentions with. That being the Master layer base. So Master originally came out with Master Devilos / Master Diabolos in Japan, and this is where I have some issues. First and foremost being, you can't do the one gimmick that made this base really, really interesting for GT. And that is that you could take the chip off and you could flip the base over, and then you would put the chip on the back and it would become left spin. Which I thought was really, really cool. Because no other base had it to where you could flip it around to change the mode. You normally had to pick a whole nother base out to do that. That or it was just really finagly. So, but there you go. Quite nice base looking. I like the yellow on this and the silver. But it's just a real shame they got rid of the one gimmick that actually made this layer base interesting. But sadly and oddly, since this is a Diabolos base, you'd think, oh, well, they would just do right spin, and then in another release they would make a left spin mold. No, they didn't do that at all. They only kept it in right spin. What were they thinking? At least to my knowledge, anyway. I don't know if they actually made a left spin mold for this, and if they did, please do correct me in the comments. But from my knowledge, this layer base has only been released in right spin, which again is stupid, but whatever. Still a nice base nonetheless, and it actually performs really well, so I can't complain with that. So that is the Master layer base. Next, we move on to the disc and driver, which again are nothing to write home about too much for this release. First of which we get Vanguard, which we originally saw in Venom and Erase Diabolos / Devilos, yes. And if you want to know my thoughts on this disc originally, go check out my review on Venom and Erase Diabolos. But yeah, all in all, it's a pretty okay disc. Nothing crazy to write home about like the Takara version that actually has like plastic on it. But whatever. Nice disc nonetheless. Lastly, we get the Extend Plus Hypersphere driver, which is very, very interesting. Because the whole gimmick of Extend Plus, as I said in my Union Achilles review, when this originally came out in that release, so go check out my Union Achilles review for my initial thoughts on it. But all in all, just as I said in that video, I'm disappointed that they completely stripped the gimmicks off this, as to be expected with how Hypersphere drivers go. And oddly, they released it in this gray, and at first I hated it when it was revealed, but when this was actually not leaked, but like revealed by Hasbro, but now having it in hand, it's not actually as bad of a gray as I thought it was going to be. So all in all, I'm actually oddly impressed by this, even though, as I literally just said, and when this was initially revealed by Hasbro, I hated the color. So putting the Beyblade together, there we have Master Kerbeus. So all in all, very interesting mustard yellow bay. Because you don't get much yellow Beyblades outside of technically Ragnarok, but he is more orange than yellow, so... But either way, nice to see a yellow Beyblade for once. At least to my knowledge. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, if there was a, you know, a Bey that appeared in the anime that actually was yellow. But anyhow... Oh yeah, Maximum Garuda. I'm dumb. I completely forgot about Maximum Garuda. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's the first yellow Beyblade in a while that it's been released. But sadly, this obviously doesn't show up in the anime because it's a random combo. But anyway, for comparisons, at least for this guy, we're gonna bring in Venom Diabolos right there, so you can see how these two GT Beys stack up together. And also you can see this. You can see the differences between Venom and Master, so you can kind of see how those two nicely sort of evolve and expand on what Venom has established. So there you go. Next, we'll bring in the Erase counterpart. So that way you can see how those two stack up. Quite nice overall. You can definitely make out that this is a Diabolos base, I'm telling you. Though it's kind of odd that they put this with Kerbeus, but it works. It's not the weirdest combo they've done before. As actually, there is a combo that's even weirder than this, but we'll get to that once I actually get a hold of that set. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, next we're going to compare this next to Tact Leviathan I reviewed yesterday, actually, at least at the time of this recording. So there you go. There you have Tact Leviathan right there. All in all, quite nice to have our 2-layer bases that have been completely nerfed for Hasbro because Hasbro does not like fun. Okay, that's a lie. But anyway, and next we're going to compare it to 2 random bays, actually. That being Super... I almost called this guy Super Hyperion. King Helios. There we go. King Helios, so you guys can see how that looks next to a Super King Bey. So there you go. If I just get in the frame, there we go. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to compare this next to Super Hyperion. Now this is Super Hyperion. I don't know what I was thinking calling him he's Super Hyperion, but anyway, this is Super Hyperion. So there you go. So that way you guys can see the difference between these 2 handsome Beyblades. Yeah, quite nice. So with that, guys, another tour review ends. And I promise, guys, this is the last tour review for a while. Even though saying that, I'm pretty sure that there's probably going to be some more products I get a hold of, especially this month that I'm going to be doing videos for, you know, because, you know, gotta get content out there, because probably some of you guys ask me or not ask me, but like ask yourself from time to time, what does he do when he goes on vacation? Besides gaming and just, you know, various other things in my personal life, I get uploads out for you guys for next month. If I can, anyway. So if anybody was ever asking those questions, I'm telling you now. God, it is like 10:15 at night right now. What am I doing with my life? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn notifications on so that you get notified for all of my videos. And I think it's about time I get some sleep because I'm literally... because I probably have insomnia right now because I don't sleep at all. But anyways, that's enough from me. I'll see you guys in the next video that I do. Larry Reed Squad, and have a good one.